Real quick, I'm going to take a separate video for this one. I don't know how long it'll be. But this is just a video about how lonely life feels right now. And it sucks that it feels lonely because, like, my situations aren't even as bad as others can be. Like, I don't know who's going to listen to this, but I was talking to Terrence, and a couple of weeks ago, he lost his dad. Dad went to a funeral yesterday. Mom just lost her grandma. And, you know, things in the world is just happening. And it's like, feels like a season where I feel alone. I feel like the people that I once counted on, I won't even say counted on, it's just like, life is busy. People have stuff going on. And, you know, at the end of the day, I sit here in this basement with no girl, homeboys I could play the game with but not truly talk to, family members that I know I could call, but, you know, they're rather dealing with family or they got other things going on, and I don't feel like always calling people to be like, hey, you know, when you call somebody and you want to check in with them, it's more like, hey, how you been lately? And it's like you expect to hear good things. I mean, you know, Poo-Poo had surgery. I forgot if it was leg surgery or neck surgery. It was something. But, like, she had surgery, so she's recovering. And it's like people got their own things going on, E. You know, what you got to do as a man is that you got to literally learn how to pick yourself up when you have to be your own crutch. What are you going to do when you don't have no money? Like, what are you going to do if your bank account hits zero? How hard would you really work to make sure your bank account doesn't hit zero? Or how hard will it be if you really just want to make sure that you can, you know, spend time and have, not spend time, have money to, you know, make sure that you got gas in the car, or just making sure that you can really take care of what you need to take care of. You know, making sure that you're staying on top of business, staying on top of marketing, staying on top of everything that you literally got going on right now. It's so much, and it almost can feel overwhelming. But what are you going to do about it? It's almost like you've put yourself in this situation because past you knew that you could handle this time. So what are you going to do about it? You have all the skills so you can be able to move forward and, like, stay on track with what you have going. But yet, you're like, I feel so overwhelmed. I feel like my time is, like, taken up by everything, right? But at the same time, you also have so much time to do everything. So where are your priorities really? Because you're sitting here and you're feeling alone, and you're feeling like the time that you have with yourself it's rather being productive with you recording, or it's being productive with you editing, it's being productive with you knocking doors, going to appointments, but it's also being wasted by you playing the game. It's being wasted by you sitting here on social media. It's being wasted by you being on the phone doing things that don't even matter. Like, you know, and me being around only probably like one or two people out here that I feel like I can kind of hang out with and connect with doesn't really help with that. You know, I can't just always go home and be like, let me just, you know, I'm going to go hang out with some family and I'm going to end up going back home, right? Oh, I got these people coming over to hang out and we're just going to sit here and do this. Or, like, I have these people I'm going to talk to. We're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about mentoring. We're going to talk about what it looks like to really get your bag up. What it really looks like for you to go to the gym. What it really looks like for you to be excelling in the things that you really want to. Instead, you're sitting here feeling alone. And I guess it kind of hurts, you know, to kind of be in a situation where I'm like, who do you have? Who do you truly have? And I guess, you know, I'm not trying to sit here and pity party myself either, because it's not like I'm calling all my family members to do the same thing. So it's not like I'm downplaying anybody. It's just like, right now I feel like the people around me have people around them. And here I am with a roommate I barely know and a friend that I'm getting to know, but I'm moving. And being put in a situation that, I see him on the weekends, we hang out, we talk, it's cool. But during the week, it's just you, this camera, and your thoughts. How do you move with that? How do you move with the thought process of trying to be better, of trying to overcome all of these challenges and all these rejections and all these criticisms that you deal with? Moving forward out of that is so crucial because you have to understand that no one else is going to do the work but you. No one else is going to push the trade button. No one else is going to push the post button. No one else is going to push the edit button. You have to do these things. And you know that you're capable of doing them. You just have to make sure that you stay focused. Right now you're a little distracted. You know why you're distracted? Because you're trying to not feel alone. And so your distraction is coming from, let me FaceTime these random people. Let me go out and hang out with Marcus. Let me go out to these random, I don't even know, I don't be going to random places, but let me go, let me just try to keep myself occupied. And it's not always, we're still here, right? We're still here making this video about how alone you feel. But you have to understand that you've literally acquired the skills for you to be able to make it out. And you're going to make it out. Because in the next couple of months, life is going to look different. You're literally going to be preparing to do life on your own. Rather that's with Emmanuel. And you're also going to be having likely a new job, doing something that you may actually really enjoy doing. You're also going to be in a position where you're making consistent money. And you're going to be being able to flip accounts off of trading. I know it. And right now it's a hard moment because you understand that this is like, I feel like I'm UJ. UJ is moving in a W pattern, but it's touched that last bottom W before it just shoots up. And right now I'm at that last bottom W. And I feel like after this type of position that I'm going to be in, after this feeling that I'm feeling, then I'm about to be on the uptrend very strongly. Right now we just came back to the bottom, and I'm just waiting on it. Just waiting on it. Because I know what I'm capable of. And I've put myself in this position to be able to overcome anything. My mentality, the way I think about situations, the way I think about overcoming them, the way I move about overcoming them, the way I get motivated to overcome them has to be so critical. Because if it isn't, then I'm going to sit here and just whine. And I'm going to sit here and just kind of feel bad for myself. Even though I have a place to be able to really grow. And to be in a place where you know you're capable of doing something should alter your mind to just be like, look, you need to do it. Because if you weren't able to do it, you wouldn't even be here in the first place. You have all these responsibilities because you've literally put them here, but it's because you knew that they were coming and you knew that you could balance all of them. It is what it is. So you have to get up, you have to perform, and the more that you want to sit around and mope about life, it's cool to vent. That's why we're here, right? That's why I'm even recording, and that's why I even have this camera out. But at the same time, what are you gonna do about it? My life quote, if anyone sees this, is what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? Bankrupt, lost your house, what are you gonna do? You, I don't know. I don't know. Life is gonna happen. What are you gonna do about it? So, we just gotta keep pushing. We've been here before. We've made it out. We've been here before. We made it out. Been here before. We made it out. I mean, you gotta think about it. You literally had to Uber just to even pay rent at mom's house. You know, and mom doesn't know. You know, she thinks you're just trying to be an entrepreneur. I mean, she might know, but she thinks you're just trying to be an entrepreneur, go out there and make money how you want to do it. So if you're gonna do it by Uber, do it by Uber. But I had to do that literally to make money. Like, I'm never gonna forget that. I literally had to go out there, knock doors, pick up orders, take whatever I could, just so that I could be able to pay the rent. And I think at that time it was like, I don't know, $400, $500. And I sent her my last $500 to where I had like $11 in the bank account. She won't know that. For all she knows is probably you're doing really good with trading, so you had $500 to pay rent. But that was the last bit that I had. And I've been in positions where I'm like, bro, I'm starting to lose money like out the wazoo. Savings is getting pulled. Investments is getting pulled. Right? I mean, to be honest, I've never had true money before. I've had money before. Like, I think the most that I've withdrawn from trading was rather 7 or 8,000 at this point in my life. So the plan is that eventually that becomes 25, 50, 75,000. And, you know, those things haven't come yet. But along the process, I've been broke so many times. I had to pick up jobs. Ouch. I had to pick up jobs. I had Uber. I think I even had to sell some things. I just had to do whatever it took, so I know I'm capable of finding a way. You just have more responsibilities, and I can't let those slip. So, lonely or not, you have to perform. And it doesn't have to be lonely, I get that. And it probably won't be lonely for much longer. I have 3 weeks left, starting tomorrow. So, we're going to play it by ear, keep doing what I came here to do, while trying to maintain everything else. And from there, I move forward and produce the results that I'm trying to produce. So, that's really all I got for this video. I just needed a vent. I needed a dump because I have a lot built up that I've been feeling truly for the past couple weeks, and I don't know what to do about it. But it's part of growing up. You're only 23, and the best part about being 23 is that you're not 35 trying to fight these problems with 2 kids and a wife. You're not in a house where you're trying to pay rent. That's $2,400 a month. It's just you. It's just you. It's just your family, and it's just working after what you try to work after. It can always be worse, because you could already be in debt right now. Then what? Then what? I guess you're gonna be Ubering out here too, you know. So it can always be worse, but it will be better, and you gotta make it better. It's up to us, because I know that right now it's hard. I know that it's difficult, tough, man. It's tough, but it's not impossible. And what you're going to realize that it was worth it. Because when you're sitting there and you're smiling, you're looking at your bank account, it got 3 commas in it, but you remember where you came from. When you buy your mom the car that you talked about, right? When you give your parents the money you talked about, right? You'd be like, man, they have no idea. But here we are. Here's a rubber band. Here's another rubber band. Keep that and take care of yourself, right? One day, man. You know what sucks? I'll say this last time and I'm gonna end it. People don't have goals that they actually want to accomplish. They have thoughts and dreams, but they don't have actual goals that they're working towards. Like, I mean, I could just say it. This is my camera, my vlog. I was talking to Marcus today. He was talking about how, you know, money's tight for him as well, right? And in my head, you know, I'm thinking, well, what are you doing to not be, you know, in that position? But at the same time, he's really lazy. He has a lot of tendencies to be like, I'm just going to go home, I'm going to watch these movies, sit on my couch, eat a pizza, and build up the stomach. But I really want to start getting active again, and I really want to start learning more about how to dress better, and I really want to start being more in a position where I could be better, so I'm not just over here trying to make it. And the question I asked him is, what are you doing to get there? I mean, you've probably been driving this same car for a while, and it's a good car. You know, it gets you from A to B, his words. But I know you want something nicer. You know, you don't want to be in a position where you just have to pay rent, and then you're like, dang, now I don't have any money for the weekend. So, you know, how are you using your time? You know, and how are you really? Where's the benefit really coming from in these things that you're trying to do? Because, like I'm saying myself, if you don't want it, and if you're not going to apply yourself, then you have no room to complain about your situation. If you're saying I want to make more money, but you go home and waste money, how are you gonna accomplish that? Like, you say that you want, you know, I mean, I can go on, but it's just like you have to understand, that what you want to do and doing it is going to take so much more, because people have goals, you have goals. Some people just move with dreams. And we can't just be one of those people that's like, oh, I got these things I want to do. I got these things I want to work at. And then they just turn into dreams and they never happen. You're so much better than that. And you're a person that literally will advise someone to push through and to, like, go chase after their dream. But how are you going to give someone that advice and you're the person that's still sitting on the couch, or you're the person that's, you know, not putting the work in like you tell everyone else? It seems pretty hypocritical. So, what is that, you know, what type of advice is that? You need to be working, and you are. But you know, you got to keep it consistent, and you got to keep going. And it's supposed to be hard, but if everyone else could just accomplish their goals just like that, it wasn't a big goal to start with. So the big goals that you have take time, and the goals that you have you're going to accomplish, but it just won't be in the now, and that is okay. Like you always say for your trading stuff, patience pays. Patience pays. And we're being very, very patient right now. And we're about to come to a part where hopefully the patience will pay off. And we come to a point where life is just about to shift. This is a good experience for me to come out here, for me to understand what it's like to live on my own, for me to provide for my own, be able to truly have the freedom I want. You know, not have to worry about, oh, well, you know, my mom's real cool. If you want to come over, like, we can go to my room. Like, no. You know, eventually it's going to be, you can come to my house. You know, you can come to my spot. Not just you can come to my room. Right now it's still you can come to my room. There's just no parental, you know. But eventually it's going to be, yeah, you can come to my apartment. You can come to my house. You know. And being in that position is going to take work and time. It just is. Not everyone is going to be destined to be great, but the way you move, E, and the capabilities that you have and the skills that you have, you can be great. So you got to keep moving, because being stagnant and being still is not an option. So that's really all I got for this video. Just kind of explaining where my headspace is at and where I need to be, talking to my future self, because I know this day will come again where I will have a tough time, and I need to motivate myself, because I can't depend on everyone else to be motivating me all the time. So let's go, E. Get up, move, because we're not going to move and we're not going to get anywhere with you just sitting there. We got to keep going. That's all I got for this video, man. Go on.